we're going to be here in Sydney for 5 days. Here's what you're going to go see.
Imagine a place where golden beaches meet a sparkling harbor, where iconic landmarks rise against a backdrop of endless blue skies, and every corner offers a new adventure. For the next 5 days, we're exploring one of the most exciting destinations in the world. Welcome to Sydney, Australia. From world-famous icons like the Opera House and Harbour Bridge, to hidden gems along the coast, let's dive into an unforgettable journey through this incredible city.
All right, we're going to take a hop-on, hop-off bus. I'm going to show you around Sydney in this video.
Big Bus Sydney has two routes. There's a red route that runs through most of the downtown and the nearby areas, and we're going to cover that in day one. On day two, we'll do the blue route out towards Bondi Beach and more east of Sydney. On day three, we'll take an all-day bus tour to Sydney Zoo and Blue Mountains. And on day four, we'll take the hop-on, hop-off cruise ship to Manly Beach. Our journey begins with the crown jewel of Sydney, the Sydney Opera House. Opened in 1973, this UNESCO World Heritage Site was designed by Danish architect Jorn Utzon. Its iconic sail-like design was inspired by seashells and has made it one of the most photographed buildings in the world. Fun fact, over 10,000 workers contributed to its construction, and today it hosts more than 1,500 performances each year. Whether you step inside for a tour or simply admire it from the outside, it's an absolute must-see. St. Mary's Cathedral in Sydney is a breathtaking example of Gothic Revival architecture with its twin spires rising dramatically over the city skyline. Built from local sandstone, the cathedral features stunning stained glass windows, intricate carvings, and a serene interior that invites reflection. As the spiritual heart of Sydney's Catholic community, it's both a place of worship and a must-see landmark for visitors. The Archibald Fountain, located in Sydney's Hyde Park, is one of the city's most elegant landmarks. Designed in a classical style, it features striking bronze statues inspired by Greek mythology, with water gracefully flowing into the large circular pool. Surrounded by leafy parklands, it's a popular spot for photos, relaxation, and enjoying a peaceful moment in the heart of the city. Sydney Tower Eye is the tallest structure in the city, offering 360-degree views from its observation deck high above the skyline. It's defined as a structure as opposed to a building. The tallest building is Crown Sydney. From the Sydney Tower Eye, visitors can see iconic landmarks like the Opera House, the Harbour Bridge, and on clear days, the Blue Mountains in the distance. For thrill seekers, the Skywalk experience lets you step out onto a glass platform 268 meters above the ground. Next up is the famous Sydney Fish Market. It's the largest seafood market in the Southern Hemisphere and a paradise for food lovers. Here you'll find an incredible variety of fresh seafood straight from the ocean, from prawns and oysters to lobsters and sushi. Visitors can watch the lively seafood auctions, enjoy waterfront dining, or even join a seafood cooking class for a true taste of Sydney.
Different sushis, poke bowl, fresh fish. All different side eggs. So here we go. We got a variety of sushis. And there's ours. Thank you.
Darling Harbour is one of Sydney's liveliest waterfront precincts, filled with restaurants, shops, and attractions right by the water. It's home to the family-friendly highlights like the Sea Life Aquarium, Wildlife Zoo, and the Australian National Maritime Museum. By day, it's perfect for strolling along the harbour, and by night, the area comes alive with vibrant nightlife and dazzling light shows. As the afternoon winds down, it's time to return to Circular Quay and admire the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Opened in 1932, this engineering marvel is nicknamed the Coat Hanger because of its distinctive arch shape. It's one of the largest steel arched bridges in the world and took nearly a decade to build. If you're feeling adventurous, you can even do the famous bridge climb for sweeping panoramic views. But even from below, the sight of the bridge against the sunset is unforgettable. On a different day, we're going to walk across the bridge, and you'll see that in another video. Finally, we finished day one at the Rocks, Sydney's historic quarter. This area dates back to 1788 when it was the site of the first European settlement in Australia. Today, its cobblestone streets are filled with lively pubs, art galleries, and markets. It's the perfect place to grab dinner, whether you're craving modern Australian cuisine, fresh seafood, or just a classic Aussie pub meal. The Rocks combines history with nightlife, making it an ideal way to wrap up your first day.
Day 2, we're going on the hop-on, hop-off bus again.
Day 2 begins with the bus heading to world-famous Bondi Beach. Known for its rolling surf, golden sand, and vibrant atmosphere, Bondi is more than just a beach, it's a lifestyle. Bondi's lifeguards have been keeping swimmers safe since 1907, making it one of the oldest surf life-saving clubs in the world. Whether you take a dip, catch some waves, or just relax on the sand, Bondi captures the very essence of Sydney's beach culture. This is known as the Campbell Parade Mosaic Bench. It's more than just a place to sit, it's public art rich with community story and character. The benches are part of a collection of mosaic street furniture, benches, seats, tables, along Campbell Parade, the oceanfront promenade in Bondi Beach. The mosaic pieces were made by Enver Campbell and Helen Bodycomb. The Bondi Icebergs Pool is a striking 50-meter ocean pool carved into the rocks at the southern end of the beach. It sits right at the edge of the ocean, so waves often crash dramatically into the pool, blending the natural with the man-made. It's one of the most photographed pools in the world and has been featured in countless magazines, films, and travel ads. From Bondi, we take one of the most stunning coastal walks in Australia, the Bondi to Bronte walk. This 2.5-kilometer cliffside trail offers breathtaking ocean views, sandstone cliffs, and even rock pools along the way. Keep your eyes open between May and November. You might even spot migrating whales offshore. The walk ends at Bondi Beach, a smaller but equally beautiful spot where you can relax and enjoy a slower pace. Double Bay is an upscale harborside suburb in Sydney known for its stylish boutiques, trendy cafes, and beautiful foreshore views. Often called Sydney's Rodeo Drive, it blends luxury shopping with a relaxed seaside charm. Visitors can enjoy fine dining, stroll through leafy streets, or unwind at the sandy beach and harbour parklands. After Double Bay, we're getting off at the Australian Museum. The Australian Museum in Sydney is the nation's oldest museum and a world-class destination for culture and science. It showcases fascinating exhibits on natural history, indigenous cultures, dinosaurs, and Australia's unique wildlife. With its mix of interactive displays and impressive collections, it's a must-visit for anyone curious about the stories that shape Australia and the natural world. As evening sets in, we head back into the city and explore Sydney's Chinatown. Located near Haymarket, this vibrant district is a celebration of Asian culture and cuisine. Established in the 1920s, it's now home to authentic eateries, bustling markets, and colorful lanterns. From traditional dumplings to sizzling hotspots, it's a perfect way to end your trip. Fun fact, Sydney's Chinatown is the largest in Australia and a hub of cultural festivals throughout the year. On day 3, we're taking a 10-hour all-day bus tour from Sydney to Sydney Zoo, to Leura Village, to Echo Point Lookout, then Scenic World, and finally a ferry ride from Sydney Olympic Park back to Circular Quay. Our journey began bright and early at the Vibe Hotel in Sydney, where a group gathered for an exciting day ahead. The anticipation was in the air as travelers from around the world came together to explore one of Australia's most famous natural treasures. Our first stop was the Sydney Zoo, where we had just over an hour to see some of Australia's most iconic wildlife. From kangaroos to koalas, this zoo offers a close-up look at the creatures that define the Australian landscape. Interestingly, Sydney Zoo is designed with open, cage-free enclosures, making it one of the most modern wildlife parks in the country. Cecilia got a chance to feed the kangaroos. Little one. What do you think there? So we're here at the koala exhibit. He's just chewing on the eucalyptus leaves.
He's cute. I want to pet him.
Chilling out. There's a couple of them right here just chilling. They're sleeping. But it does say, shh, quiet time. The cassowary, look at those beautiful colors on his head. Blue, red, light blue. Next, we arrived at the charming town of Leura, famous for its leafy streets, quaint boutiques, and delicious cafes. We enjoyed a cozy lunch at Leura Cafe before strolling through town to take in the relaxed atmosphere. Leura is known as the Garden Village, thanks to its heritage homes, flower displays, and its annual garden festival that draws visitors from all over. Our next stop took us to one of the most famous lookouts in all of Australia, Echo Point. From here, the view of the Blue Mountains stretched endlessly, and the Three Sisters rock formation stood proudly against the horizon. The Three Sisters are steeped in Aboriginal legend, said to represent three sisters turned to stone to protect them from danger. According to Gundungura Aboriginal legend, the Three Sisters, Mini, Wimla, and Gunadu, once lived in the Jameson Valley. They were beautiful young women of the Katoomba tribe, but they fell in love with three brothers from a neighboring tribe. Marriage between the two tribes was forbidden, and the conflict soon erupted. To protect the sisters, a powerful tribal elder uses magic to turn them into stone. Unfortunately, he was killed in the battle before he could reverse the spell. As a result, the sisters remain frozen in stone to this day, standing side by side above the valley as a reminder of their story. Afterward, we headed to Scenic World, a true highlight of the tour. Here we rode the Scenic Railway, the steepest passenger railway in the world, and glided over the rainforest on the Scenic Skyway. Scenic World first opened in the 1940s, transforming what was once a coal mine site into a beloved attraction showcasing the natural beauty of the Blue Mountains.
All right, welcome on board the Skyway, folks. If you haven't met me today, my name's Carl. I'm one of the drivers here at Scenic World. I'm at the back, and I'll take you guys to the building. Now, feel free to move around, take your photos and videos for your Instagram, your Facebook, your Tinder profile if you use that app. Maybe you do. There's a new one today called Bumble. Weird name, Bumble. Compare that to real life examples. The Blue Mountains is 10 times the size of Hong Kong, twice the size of America's Grand Canyon National Park. Beat that, America. And it's also roughly almost the same size as the country of Lebanon as well. That lonely sandstone rock there, with hand railings. It used to be a very popular lookout, but it closed down, guys, in 1974, so 52 years ago, due to a mudslide destroying the access points. If you can't see it, that's okay. You can see it on the cableway as well when you go down there.
After the yellow Scenic Skyway, we headed over to the red Scenic Railway, the world's steepest railway. After the red Scenic Railway, we walked around the bottom part of Scenic World, heading over to the blue Scenic Cableway to take that back up to the top of the hill.
So we just got done off the Scenic Railway, going and walking along the path here. Little mining town. And they used to mine up and down this mountain.
Bus number 1, quick check,
Did you take the blue?
Oh, yeah, we're going the opposite way
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here.
Yes, nice.
Enjoy the walk.
Thanks. See ya.
Hello.
Miners Village. Hello again.
That was a couple from the United States that is on our Blue Mountains bus tour.
Hi, hello, good afternoon everyone. Welcome aboard the Scenic Cableway. So my name is Jess, I'm your driver, taking us 220 metres out of the warm temperate range. It's going to be your best view of those Kajuma Falls. Over on the right hand side of the cabin, the iconic Three Sisters. So the Three Sisters are also very sacred to the traditional custodians of these lands, with the Dungra people. Over on the right hand side used to be the lookout spot to head to when you visited Kajuma. It was more popular than the Three Sisters as well. So it opened up in 1933, operated until 1974 before it finally closed down. It was deemed too unsafe and too unstable, closed down as a lookout spot. No one in the general public has climbed Orphan Rock in the last 51 years.
Wow.
Welcome back up to the main building, everyone. We're going to have just a couple of bumps as we make our way.
To wrap up the day, our bus took us to Sydney Olympic Park, the site of the 2000 Summer Olympic Games. From there, we boarded a ferry for a relaxing ride back to Circular Quay with stunning views of the Sydney Opera House and Harbour Bridge. It was the perfect ending
To a day filled with nature, history, and adventure.
On day 4, we'll take the hop-on, hop-off boat cruise to Manly Beach. Our first stop is Taronga Zoo, perched on the hillside overlooking Sydney Harbour. The zoo officially opened its doors in 1916, and since then, it's been one of the most famous wildlife attractions in the world. The name Taronga is derived from an Aboriginal word meaning beautiful view, which is perfect, because from here you can see sweeping panoramas of the Opera House and Harbour Bridge. Beyond the view, the zoo is home to over 4,000 animals, from kangaroos and koalas to giraffes and elephants. It's a spot where Australian wildlife meets international conservation, making it more than just a zoo, it's a living classroom. Next up is Shark Island. And despite the name, it's not teeming with sharks. The name actually comes from its shape, which resembles a shark when viewed from above. Historically, this little island was used as an animal quarantine station in the late 1800s, and later as a naval storage depot. Today it's a picnic and leisure spot, part of the Sydney Harbour National Park. Visitors can walk the island's paths, enjoy a swim, or take in panoramic views of the harbour. It's one of those places where you can slow down, enjoy the breeze, and soak in Sydney's natural beauty.
We're almost at Manly Beach, our main destination. The name Manly was given by Captain Arthur Phillip in 1788, who was so impressed by the manly behavior of the local Aboriginal people that he chose it as the suburb's name. Manly became one of Australia's first seaside resorts in the 1850s, when ferry services made it accessible to city dwellers. Today it's still a favorite escape, offering both relaxation and adventure. The beach itself stretches with golden sand and rolling waves, making it a hotspot for surfers of all levels. Beyond the surf, the Corso, a lively pedestrian mall, connects the ferry wharf to the beach, lined with cafes, shops, and gelato stands.
Okay, we finally stopped in at another UGG, one of many UGG stores. This is how you finally bought some shoes. Here we are. Manly Beach. Another one of Sydney's famous beaches for surfers. And during the summer season, so right now we're here at the end of winter, starting up spring, so it's not so crowded. And it's overcast today, probably in the mid 60 degrees or 18 to 20 degrees centigrade Celsius.
On our way back, we stop off at Watson's Bay, one of the oldest fishing villages in Australia. Established in 1788, it's been a retreat for sailors, locals, and visitors for centuries. Watson's Bay. There's the beach over there with some small craft, a few restaurants. Just kind of a slow, chill vibe. Not a lot of activity. And now we've got this one restaurant, the Doyle's Fisherman's Wharf Cafe and Bar. And then we'll go all the way around. Today it's famous for fresh seafood, particularly the legendary Doyle's on the Beach restaurant, which has been serving fish and chips since 1885. Whether you're after history, food, or views, Watson's Bay is a must-stop on the Harbour route. Today we're setting out on foot from our hotel and exploring one of the most iconic harbour walks on the planet. We'll walk across the Sydney Harbour Bridge from the central business district to North Sydney and Luna Park. Then we'll take the ferry from Milsons Point back to Circular Quay. Our journey begins with a casual walk from our hotel toward the waterfront. The streets leading to the harbour are alive with energy, cafes spilling onto sidewalks, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, and a mix of locals and travelers alike. As we make our way toward the bridge, we're greeted with some glimpses of the water, giving us little teasers of what's to come. Fun fact, Sydney's harbour is often referred to as the jewel of the city because it has more than 240 kilometers of shoreline, meaning there's always a beautiful view to discover.
The south end of the Harbour Bridge. Going to go on the Sydney Harbour Bridge walk.
Nicknamed the coat hanger because of its arch-shaped design, the Sydney Harbour Bridge opened in 1932 and remains one of the largest steel arch bridges in the world. It took 8 years to build, using 53,000 tons of steel, a monumental engineering feat at the time. Walking across the bridge is an experience like no other. From this vantage point, you'll see the Sydney Opera House framed by the glittering blue water, ferries zipping back and forth, and the endless Pacific stretching out on the horizon. Interesting fact, the bridge isn't just for cars and pedestrians. Trains also cross it daily, making it a vital artery for the city. And if you look closely at the top, you might find some climbers taking on the bridge climb, one of Sydney's most famous adventure experiences. Once we step off the bridge, we arrive at Milsons Point, home to one of Sydney's most whimsical attractions, Luna Park. This amusement park has welcomed visitors since 1935 and is instantly recognizable thanks to its giant smiling face entrance. Here you can find retro rides, carnival games, and some of the best views back across the harbour. Fun fact, during World War II, Luna Park actually closed briefly because of blackouts, and when it reopened, it became a symbol of joy and escape for Sydney residents. Another interesting tidbit,
Luna Park is heritage listed, meaning it's officially protected as a site of cultural significance. Even if you don't hop on a ride, walking around this colorful spot is like stepping back in time.
To wrap up the adventure, we hop on a ferry at Milsons Point Wharf and glide across Sydney Harbour towards Circular Quay. This short but scenic ferry ride offers unbeatable views. You'll see the bridge from a whole new angle, the Opera House gleaming like a seashell, and the skyscrapers of the city standing tall. Fun fact, Sydney's ferry network carries over 14 million passengers a year, making it not just a tourist activity but also an essential part of everyday life for locals. The trip is short, but it's the perfect way to finish a day of exploring. And just like that, our 5-day adventure through Sydney comes to an end. From stunning beaches to breathtaking views, cultural treasures, and unforgettable experiences, this city truly has it all. Thanks so much for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed exploring Sydney with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Until then, keep exploring, keep discovering, and we'll see you in the next amazing city.